Any moment from now, Agagachi Kamesia for the war front.
Shalom! simultaneously. Of course, right now we are on YouTube broadcasting live. There's a live streaming on YouTube, live streaming on our Facebook, live streaming on our satellite. Of course, it goes to Skype to those who can get us on Skype, and any other social media that is quite attractive to the generality of the people. Insofar as we get news, we get information, we get updated. We transmit through each and every one of them because they are very much available to us, and we have been able to access all of them for the interest of our people. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, compatriots. Good evening, fellow Biafrans at different parts of the world, wherever you may be right now. Depending on your own time schedule, it could be noon, it could be morning, it could be equally evening. Just like here in Western Europe, it is 20:06 the hour, which is exactly what we have in Biafra land, 8 p.m. Right now, from the city of Munich, Germany, Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority coming to you live and direct. Your regular host, Ikenna Obibiagon, is my name. We are here this evening, the 1st of December, very, very significant date. The first day of the last month of the year 2020. We must give God the glory for having brought us so far. After the necessary introduction, we shall sing a Biafran gospel song to herald this particular December 1st, the last lap of the year 2019. Beyond 2019, we are heading to 2020, the blessed year of the Lord. That particular year, which the divine providence has set apart for us to start or commence our internal Biafran government administration under His Excellency, you know him, the Ijele Ndibo, Chief Doctor Ralph Owazirike. We are here always tied to him by strong loyalty because he is doing the good job without pretending. To God be the glory that we have him in our midst. From time to time, we give you information on what is to be. That is our duty. So with me this evening here, apart from you all, fellow Biafrans here and there, who are already joining us now, like Ike Chukwamo, who never misses an opportunity. He is the first here with us today. Ike Chukwamo is there with us, of course. Equally, Chinedu Nwaka is there. And Ben, Chukuma Okereke, equally, these are early callers. They are all welcome. And from Benue right now, Uchenna Okeke is always there with us. Uchenna Okeke, you are once again welcome. From Japan, of course, our brother HS never misses an opportunity, even though right now it is between the hours of 4 to 5 a.m. Valentine Mugoji is joining us from Port Harcourt. We thank you so much for all the roles he played on the 26th of this particular November, Ojukwu Memorial Day, the seat of power, Owerri. Of course, Jude Chijoke is always with us from Lagos. He never misses an opportunity. In the same vein, we have a bright lion who joins us from Owerri and making his own contribution from time to time. Gentlemen, all of you are welcome. I must not also fail to welcome our newcomer in our midst, CJ Udensi. CJ Udensi equally is welcome. Udogo Nwenya, our diaspora representative in the Scandinavian countries, joining us, and of course, the noble gentleman in our midst, Engineer Dr. Innocent Amade, the President Bilie Human Rights Initiative, who has given us legitimacy in the Nigerian cause in matters concerning Biafra. When the Biafran history shall be written, his name shall occupy different chapters in our history. That is obvious. Gentlemen, all of you are welcome. This evening, we have two things, only one, to give a critical appraisal of what transpired at the seat of power last November 26th at Owerri. 20 minutes we shall give to it, and this opportunity should be given to those who were on ground to witness it live. After that, those who must have witnessed everything on the screen, after we had posted them for general view, shall give us their own impression. Beyond that, we talk on the matter of the day proper. Biafra government setup. Who and who are involved? Who are the groups? Who are the individuals we must rely on in this particular exercise? Some people call it full-blown Biafran government. Some people say it's a regional government. Some say it's a kind of a confederation. Call it whatever you like. We are going to have a state within a state. After the type we have in Catalonia, in Scotland, in Kurdish, of course in Hong Kong, in Tibet, name them, the list is plenty. Some of those nations that want to wriggle themselves out from the mother country, Biafra is one of them, just like Palestine. The list is plenty. We are here this evening equally to tell you all the plans we are making in this particular exercise. You are welcome once again. Like I said earlier on, today is Sunday, the 1st of December. Whenever a month begins with Sunday, it is full of blessings. May the blessings of the Almighty God be with every Biafran and every member of the vobi crew in Jesus' name. Amen. Today, Biafra music plays. When the death shall pass away, Christ shall reign forevermore. Hallelujah. Thank you very much for listening to that particular exhilarating Biafran gospel song. We had to play it to herald the month of December, today being Sunday, of course, a day of worship, and to prepare our minds very, very well, strongly, of course, to say goodbye to the year 2019 and to welcome the year 2020, the blessed year of the Lord. We thank God Almighty for keeping us and for giving us the life. Few days ago, precisely previous, that was when the 26th was on a Thursday, I believe, yes. The cream of our society gathered at the seat of power, Were, precisely Biafra House Annex, Ojukwu Memorial Library. That was a day we remembered once again the departure, the resignation of Biafra's first head of state, who left us some 8 years ago. We deem it necessary remembering him year in, year out. And who does that? No other person but his own successor, Chief Dr. Ralph Owazirike, on that particular day. From here and there, our people gathered at Owerri. It was indeed a display of extravagance. Everybody was joy possessed. Even the elements rejoiced with us. Some people took advantage of it to make a lot of gain sufficiently, and they went home gladdened while wishing for another year. We so much appreciate all, and we thank everybody who contributed one way or the other to the success of that particular day. The testimony of his success is better viewed on the pages of the internet to see what happened that very day when different cultures from different backgrounds gathered to entertain our people. That is the symbol of Biafra. His royalties gathered, the clergy gathered, men of the security apparatus gathered. Nobody was left behind. They came there to give honor, to pay homage to whom it was due. Everybody was indeed satisfied. Today, we would like to spend a few minutes please, to give appraisal to what transpired that very day. Those at the seat of power, you have to tell us, Valentine Ugoji, I know you were there. I don't know, CJ Ujensi was there. Uche Nokeka, I don't know if he was there. Any of you who witnessed live should please tell us briefly what happened that very day. Thereafter, we shall give opportunity to those of us in diaspora to tell us what they saw on the pages of the net. Thank you very much once again. Gentlemen, it was on the 26th of November 2019. Let us hear from Valentine Ogoji briefly what happened that very day. Valentine, over to you. But before you go on, Valentine, please hold on. Please, Valentine, hold on. Let me have the pleasure welcoming Chukuma ADC joining us from Lagos, of course. Sunday Eze equally is there. Sunday Eze is saying he's greeting everybody. We are here. Thank you so much, Sunday Eze. Nonso Mweke equally is there. Joseph Ononiwu equally is there. Thank you so much, Joseph Ononiwu, for being with us. Anozie Uzonna is saying good evening and happy new month to every bim-massob member. That message is coming from Anozie Uzonna. Ngozi John is saying all hail Biafra. Ude James says he is seeing us, of course. Ude James seems to be monitoring us from Germany because the language he spoke is German. Sunday Eze is saying, God bless Chief Dr. Rafu Wazrike, the bim-massob leader, for his efforts towards actualizing Biafra. Ude James, of course, is still greeting. Ude just say greeting us from Aba and watching from there. Thank you so much, Ude James. Michael Oke equally is there, say God bless you all and bless bim-massob family that made it possible for Biafra to come. These men are online with us right now, monitoring live. We thank them for burning their data to make sure they get updates. Because many people are logged on now to know what we have for them regarding Biafra government administration come 2020. I think it will be proper if we spend a few minutes on what happened at Ojukwu Memorial Library a few days ago, and then we go to the business of the day proper. Valentine Ugoji, I don't know if you are with us there. Were you at Owerri that very day?
Thank you very much, Ikenna Egono. This is the voice of Valentine Ugoji from Port Harcourt. I want to welcome all Biafrans all over the world. The Ojukwu Memorial on the 26th started with a gala night, which was held on the 25th night. And it was also hosted by Chief Dr. Raf Wazurike, the Ijelendibu, and also the successor to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. That night, we have some dignitaries present, and among them, Professor Osadimma Nwala. We also have Bishop Chukwuma Ihanacho. We also have Prince Ikenna Onyeso and his brother Ifeanyi Onyeso, who represent their father, the Eze Nri. We also have Chief Ejike Uche Dimpasa. He is the former vice chairman to AFDA. We also have Chief Vitali Ajumbe, who is known as Orikeze, and others. That night was a night, we call it a preparatory night, to the 26th of November, which is the D-Day. That night, many of them spoke from many angles, giving appraisal to Chief Dr. Rafu Wazurike for remembering the Ezigbo Gburugburu the first, and also commending bim-massob for their good works in keeping the hope of Biafra alive. And after that, also present was the wife of the first Biafran president, Bianca Ojukwu, who also thanked Chief Rafo Wazurike and many dignitaries that were around that night. And we made a presentation of the great newspaper to her from the first edition to the last, which she was happy on receiving it and promised to grant an interview, which she did on the 27th of November after the Ojukwu Memorial. And coming to the memorial proper, it was a great event. Many people came from all walks of life to grace the occasion. Many media outlets
Please,
were also on
Valentine, hold
ground.
on, please. Valentine, hold on. Gentlemen, joining us here, gentlemen on the crew, please, if you are tired, maybe you are dozing off. I know those, some people in Asia is their early morning. Please, you might do us the honor. You tune down the volume so that if you are sleeping, it won't be distracting us. Please, I'm sorry, lady. I'm not trying to make it a public knowledge, but just bear with us because that's only way I can alert you. Please, anybody who is dozing off should help us and tune down the volume of his own set. Please, thank you very much. Yeah, Valentine, over to you once again.
Okay, thank you very much, my moderator. Now, coming to the 26th, like I earlier said, people came from all walks of life to grace that occasion. We had a vibrant moderator who was the master of ceremony. He was elegant, he was outspoken, and he made the occasion to be lively. Eugene Sikoko was also on stage to dose out the music in Igbo language, which was in tune with the activity of the day. It was the 8th Ojukwu Memorial Lecture, and we also had a lecture on the Ahara Declaration, which took place in May 30th, 1967. And it was broken down to pieces to the understanding of the layman what took place at Ahara before the Nigerian forces came and invaded the Biafran men. Now, many cultures were on ground, even from Akwa Ibom, from Biafra, from Rivers, from Delta, from the southeast. We saw the Ijele itself on display on that occasion. In fact, it was great. We cannot finish the tales if we continue telling it, but that day was a great day. We saw the magnificent Biafran securities in performance. They performed gallantly to the amazement of many who never believed that a Massob can produce such gallant men. And at a stage, the president of Biafra and also Iyom were asked to come and inspect the securities, which they did marvelously. It was great. In fact, that day was a day of great experience. Both the old and the young were present. Both the old and the young has a time to do one thing or the other. The old Biafran soldiers came and displayed. They gave us a drama that made us to remember what happened during the war, and it was glorious. In fact, I cannot continue to finish all, but I want to tell you that that day it was an excellent day. Even in the morning, we had showers of blessing. And in the day, the sun came out to grace the day. And it was glorious. So I would like to stop. I could not catch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentine Ogoji, giving us that particular brief on what happened on the 26th of November, Ojukwu Memorial Day, at the Biafra seat of power annex, Ojukwu Memorial Library, Owerri. Of course, I have to acknowledge the presence of Omije Remigius, of course, monitoring us through our radio, and Chukwemeka Joseph Apazie is there. A lot of people are there, but because the names come, they move, I was not able to capture all of them while Valentine was briefing us. Thank you so much, Valentine Ugoji. You gave us an eyewitness account of what happened that particular day. He mentioned the dignitaries who were physically present. Ezen was there. Professor Mangwala was there. Iyon Bianco Ojukwu, Biafra's first lady, was there. Bishop Chukuma was there. Very many other people were there. Cultural dances from Akwa Ibom, here and there, grace the occasion. It was a memorable day. And even the birds of the air gyrated in beautiful cadence as the atmosphere was loaded with blessings. Of course, white cloud hovered over Owerri. Owerri, like I said a few days ago, was in her glory. We became joy possessed. Thank you so much, Valentine Ogoji, for giving us that particular account, what happened that very day. Now, Uchenno Okeke from your zone, what did you observe that very day? Make it very, very brief. Uchenno Okeke, of course, you are there. Juchijoke, you are there. CJ Udesu, of course, is there. Then after that, I will come to Echezona and Udogo, those of us in diaspora. Gentlemen, let us know what happened that very day. How did you view it from your own angle? You are welcome. Yeah, gentlemen, over to you. Let us share your views.
I think you called somebody to now give reports.
No, Valentine has given us a report of what happened there. I'm just asking those of you within Nigeria or Biafra land, you can tell us what you observed that particular day. Not necessarily if you were at the seat of power or not. No.
Okay, let me just give the but my point is about going down. Like I've already told you before, we initiated the particular radio that is on today just to counter what Nnamdi was doing. I thank God for this radio that is on today, enlightening people in the world what is happening in Biafra land. I have to read it through the internet. It was very colorful. Like I've been telling Mazi was Eric. He is the Peter of our struggle, the cornerstone. You can be aware.
Yes.
I've told him, call all the pro-Biafran group together. You have the power to do that. But just make the move. Anything that comes, become part of the movement. We're aware how Nnamdi can use the 3 months that is remaining for the broadcast license to taint his image. We're all aware of that. And unfortunately, I have to air my view here. Chief Raf is not taking my advice. I'm here, I never accepted an invitation. This is an opportunity when you're talking of the government we've been talking about. There's no way we can get Biafra without a basic government. This is an opportunity for him to call or invite every other program from to the location. But he never did. Who are those he's inviting? Uzodimawala. We know when the Alibo Development Foundation was formed, and know where they are going. They're starting those names. What matters is the content of what we're doing. And for him to do that, there cannot be an occasion that I wasn't invited. He means that I think let it be corrective measure next. Let it use the opportunity to call to the rest of the program friends. Invite them as a father. Because I said that this is the cornerstone. There's no way you can talk about Biafra regionalization without Wazirike at the forefront. We have done a whole lot to rebuild that image. Now they can destroy it. You can be aware of that. So I don't see that this is a radio or discussion with him on how to re-establish it to counter this guy. And when he told handle some other classification, let me know. But that notwithstanding, by God's will, we're going back to court on the 9th of December. After that, the next agenda by God's will be judgment in the case between Biafra.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Excuse me, Engineer Dr. Amade. Good enough you are saying this. I had also wanted to ask you to use this opportunity, this platform, and inform Biafrans on the activities of Bilie so far in making sure that there is a solid support towards Biafra actualization. So it's a very big opportunity now for you to also tell fellow Biafrans the role the efforts Bilie is making in this regard. Go on, please.
Yes, my brother. What I'm trying to say that this government is one of the most important things that the international community is looking forward. Let it be well structured. And the most important thing, there's no way there's world order. The world is wicked. They can never allow us to be. But God has used some people to bring us to limelight again, using the United Nations right of indigenous people and say that people have right to self-determination. And the world hates violence. Based on that, Bilie have to come up with a legal diplomatic moves, which gave us room to constitute the customary government. I think that customary government is supposed to come in to be on play now. The case started to 2013 by cause race coming to an end. What we're asking for is judgment, be it for or against. That is what the United Nations, what is what the world wants. The moment we bring that case between Biafra and Nigeria to the limelight of the world, we are there. So while we're not making noise or talking too much about this while, it's not to have a plan. They set aside for the judgment. That is when all Biafrans will rise to Abuja with their placards and with their songs, waiting for the judgment. From that particular day, we now have to pick the judgment and move to international court.
So once again, which particular day do you say is this judgment?
Because after 9th of December, the case was adjourned to 9th of December because of the Kogi State, blah, blah, blah. It was adjourned to 9th. That night is the last court will go. Then the next adjourned date will be for judgment.
Okay.
That is when we have to tell the whole world to every Biafrans, make their presence known. No matter, definitely it takes about 90 days after announced for judgment to give judgment.
Okay. Now,
I want to let us know.
Yeah, go on. Okay, go on, please.
I want to let us know that the essence, the bottom line of what we are going, what we did, was to have judgment. And by God's way, the case was not struck out upon all they did. Using Manikano, Chief of the Rhino, petition to Nigeria that we are Biafrans. People, a lot of people don't know about that. And they should register Bilie for CSA. And we want them and future that the case continue to go on. And that case is still alive today. As long as it was not struck out, definitely judgment is coming up. And that judgment is what we want to take over the international community because of justice. And every Biafran now be part of it. Our brother, Chief Prabhu was Ricky. I'm happy he might be listening, but I'm not all that well. As of you to the particular session, please, for crying out loud, no matter what you do, the whole world will not like you or love you. But at every point in time, do the normal thing you're supposed to do. Call the whole Biafra. This opportunity, this particular day, was the only opportunity to call everybody as the father. I don't know how to put this in again. I've conversed in time with that number. Do what you're supposed to do. God has blessed you. God has kept you alive. You didn't die. Use your number 6 to pipe low, even when they wanted to kill you.
Okay, now, Dr. Amadi, there's some favor you do to us, and for us, of course. It's not every group that is very, very fully involved. So you will help us, perhaps, in your own capacity as a president of Bilie, give us some names of these particular groups you feel that we chief can invite for discussion. Yes, please. You later, I think I'll discuss this matter with you. We know those to list out their names and then forward to him, so that with time there will be a meeting in that of every stakeholder. It's a very wonderful opportunity, and we're not going to miss it.
I will do that.
Yes, and please, you are always free to use the vobi platform to express yourself, to tell Biafrans how far Bilie is going in this legal tussle. When we started this vobi, Chief said vobi is for every Biafran, not just for bim-massob members. And considering the fact that we had to match that BVI to vobi to give Biafra a name, So please always feel free to make use of this particular opportunity and tell Biafrans development as we move on. Thank you so much, and may God bless. Now, let me see HS and Udeze. Are you there? HS and yeah, sometimes it takes some minutes before information gets to Japan and back. Udogo Nwinya, are you there? I mean Udogo Nwinya first. Udogo Nwinya, are you there? It appears we are having some network problems. Okay, Jude Chijoke, what is your impression on what happened on the 26th? Make it brief, please.
I'm here.
Okay,
All right.
okay, Etiza, hold on. Let Jude take over and Jude make it brief. After that, Etiza, you take over.
Yeah, after
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Well, I think Valentine Ogoji has really given us a very impressive report, but I will just add a little to it because I must start with a very big congratulations to all Biafrans that who have made that particular day a success. It was a very quite impressive. It was a very quite impressive day, I must say. Most especially on the security level, I think there was no report of any misappropriation of any items or in any way, in any robbery or any kind of incidents. That is a very big credit to our Biafra security, I must say. So, and the most impressive part is that we, that is usually in the media, we usually get reports from all Biafrans. And this particular event, they virtually proven that the days was so colorful, but what really impressed people mostly is the cultural display. Because from all our pages, people have been writing in congratulating us for this a successful day. The day that the same event that was, it was a very big and a very good record, I must say. But the good part of all this is that they said something that really touched me most. They said it is now quite clear that it is no longer, Biafra is no longer an Igbo affair, because people was astonished when they saw their tribe people, like most of people from Akwa Ibom, people from River State. I'm surprised that they would keep on writing in people from Cross River Delta. They saw their people, their native cultural display. Honestly, that really got their attention. So there is nothing quite impressive that Biafrans gathering together. I think this is a very big achievement by we are able to gather Biafrans together, all tribes of Biafra to come and display the Biafran culture. I think that is a very big credit. I think that is all I can say. That is a very big congratulations to everyone who have made that possible. I thank you all.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
very
George,
much
for
again.
briefing us from Lagos of what you witnessed. Of course, I would not fail to welcome Mwa Biafra James, who is also saying good evening to everybody, to every Biafran. He said, God bless His Excellency. God bless every bim-massob member. God equally bless every member of BDA. Thanking Engineer Dr. Amadin for giving us brief. And of course, many others are there with us. Gifted Son is here with us, monitoring. Chidebere Isaac, of course, is there. Igwe AB is there, monitoring us, of course. DY Falconer is there. Ebere Chukwu Okoro is there. Cosmos Ike, of course, is there. Festus Sonia Machie, Joseph Ogbonna, Effion Ekaiden, Emma Okafor is there. Of course, Imoka for say good evening, everybody. He is now watching us from Onitsha, Anambra State. That is where Emma Okafor is watching from Onitsha. Don't forget, we mentioned somebody watching from Aba, and very many others. I will keep on mentioning your names as they come. Thank you so much. Now, let us go to Echezina Odeze, Japan. What did you observe that very day? Echezina. Whenever I call lectures now, people should have patience because it takes minutes before the transmission gets to Japan and relays back to us. So we are waiting for HS na Udeze to give us brief of what he observed on Ojukwu Memorial Day. HS na Udeze. Udogunwiya, are you there? Oh, sorry. The fault is from here. HS, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, now take over. I'm sorry.
So I heard and I saw everything that happens on 26th of November concerning Ojukwu Memorial Day. It is a day we must celebrate. It is a day we must talk about. I made it clear on my short write-up that very day that every Biafran group should remember and celebrate Ojukwu's Memorial Day. That is very, very important. We all complain that Nigerian government doesn't do anything to remember our people, our lost heroes, our heroes, and we should not also do the same like the Nigerian government. We have to do it by our own self.
Excuse me, somebody is leaving the set open and is echoing. Please.
Yeah. So I mean, we should do what government should not do for us by ourselves. Because I told them that since if Nigerian government can choose June 12th as a democracy day on behalf of Chief MKO Abiola, and they don't remember any Igbo man, we should remember our people, we should celebrate them, we should remember the hero, the man who took the responsibility of fighting for his people with his father's world and his own world. We must remember him. We must think of him. We must follow his footsteps. Even though now we are following non-violent, but we must remember him. He has done so great. That very day, I was amazed to see what happened that day on videos. You know, our culture was displayed that day. Our tradition, everything was there that very day. I saw our people rejoicing and being happy. It is overwhelmed. It is so joyful. It is so wonderful. I still want to say thank you to Chief Raf Owazirike Ijenendimo, Buruburu 2 of Africa, who made this thing possible to be so, who put a place for our people together, who built an altar for our people, who built a stage for our people at Owerri for the gathering of Igbo nation and Biafra nation. It may not be easy for other people to understand it, what Chief Raf Wazika has done, but heaven will reward him because he has done so much to prove to our people that Biafra is real, that Biafra is achievable, and Biafra is very, very, very possible to stand. That very day, the type of and the calibers of people in Mazab headquarters at Owerri to celebrate Ojukwu's Memorial Day showed are coming up in unity, oneness, and togetherness. Except those who doesn't want to come and join the moving trend will be left behind. I also want to touch the area where our brother Engineer Madi was saying something about Wazirike calling people together. Yes, Wazirike has already done that and keep on doing it. He set up this radio to reach all our people. And this radio is the umbrella where we will gather together, bring our ideas, bring all we have for the sake of Biafra. I said it before and I'm repeating it today. If any of us don't see any reason to ignore many things, to join this struggle in full, it will be very difficult for us. It will not help us. It is not giving us a good name. It is very important to join this moving trend. Very, very important. Not minding your group, not minding your education background, not minding whatever you think you are or whatever you think you have done for Biafra. You have not done enough until Biafra is fully restored.
Yeah, please, Echeza, you try and make it short because many people are waiting to hear
Okay.
set up on Biafra governance. So after you finish, then Udog will address us briefly and we
Okay.
go to the main business of the day. Please.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Like Igbo people used to say, Enayaro means you need to ignore some things. You need to forgive some things. You need to, drop some things, some grudges, some, personalities. There are a lot of things you need to drop. Like Igbo people used to say, "Ọbụkwa na ọ bụrụ maka ihe a, eme m ihe a. Ọbụkwa na ọ bụrụ maka onye a, eme m ihe a." If you fail to say, if not because of Biafra, I would have done this, we are not going anywhere. You have to use that word. If not because of the sake of Biafra, for the sake of our people who have been killed in this struggle, we need to forgive others. We need to ignore things to carry forward. There are a lot of things we are passing through that we need to ignore for us to get to where we are going. Once again, I thank Mr. Laf Wazurike for his effort to bring us to this level. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenegod.
Thank you so much, Echezena Udeze, for giving us that particular brief also on what happened on the 26th. And of course, not failing to thank Chief Dr. Afu Wazirike. Before I come to Udog Winya, of course, I have to welcome a lot of people who are here joining us. Joseph Ogbonna is giving us very good congratulations by saying, "Well done, sir." Of course, not just well done, sir, but to every other Biafran. Let me say, Ude James, of course, is there. Ude James is saying, "My experience in Owerri was very, very wonderful. I saw a practical and organized government that will match with the developed nations in the world. I really commend the effort of His Excellency Chief Dr. Wazirike and members of the bim-massob family." This is what Ude James is saying. Of course, Ugoke Paul is saying, "God bless our able, great leader, Ijele Ndibo." Of course, not failing to bless the moderator and every other member of the crew. So this is what we're here for this evening. Of course, Woke Uzo is there, Chimeruche Okorocha, of course, here, Bato Ezema, and so many others who are here, giving us their own brave monitoring. Now, let me give Udo Ogumunya a little time to tell us what he observed from the Scandinavian countries. Don't forget that Udo Ogumunya is coordinating our diaspora affairs, the angle of Scandinavia. Udo, over to you, please.
Thank you so much. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening. It's very, very nice to be there on that 26th of November. So many things happened. Even that many from people yesterday start asking me, so you are in Mazop now. What of IPAB? I tell them that I can see and the ear can hear what Chief Wazlike is doing. So, and I told them that Mazop will take over Cambodia very soon. And some of them try to ask me, have they paid me? I said, which payment? Which payment? I look good here, you know. So what are you talking about payment? Can't you see what is going on in the state? When the president is there, where all the leaders, all the powerful leaders is present there. So why are you people cannot see? I told them the best way which we can achieve this Biafra, let us just stand together before we do this. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu, the Abia State Commission for wrong that he they were left and the day of they hear or see everybody who identifies himself or herself that I'm back again.
Yeah, go on, please. Go on.
Yeah, there. So who is the other state police commission said that if they hear or they see Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria, they will arrest him. Or if they see the day of burial for her mother, if anybody identify himself that I am IPOB, or come out that they say I am IPOB, or will see anybody with IPOB, they will arrest them and they will pursue them. So now, what is the solution? You know, when I say this, people that reason with their army, they will move I know Biafra, they are doing this, and I want our people to be free. I do it, I sacrifice myself. I in the time of Nnamdi Kanu, I went to so I with my money. I went to Germany with my money. I went to Spain with my money. I went to Belgium with my money. I go all the Europe with my money for attending for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody paid me kobo. And in this particular Scandinavia, I went to all the top people in Scandinavia to make sure that we submit our document to them. Even the Queen of Denmark like to us say, "Oh, we have seen you have received your letter." That is a very very good news that particular time. We have done a lot of job, but this time around the best solution, which I will advise those people that are listening to me, please tell Nnamdi Kanu and Richard to calm down. Let them unite with Wazlike. If Nnamdi Kanu now call Wazlike and ask him, we want to unite, I think Wazlike will be happy and Wazlike will accept him. Because I don't think Wazlike is a bad person. He wants to unite people. If Wazlike is a bad person, you cannot see a lot of people in that day, all the governors, all the leaders of Igbo gather in the memorial of Ojukwu. So what I'm trying to say, let us think about this. All the IPOB, don't think that okay, without Wazlike you cannot do it. Wazlike is in the ground. You see flag of Biafra, you see the Biafra slogan, you see all the people that we can see. Yeah. Why can't you calm down? No matter anything, Oga is Oga. You can never remove Oga. So we have to live properly. I'm not saying this because I want to laugh at anybody. No, I'm begging IPOB leader. I'm begging you, please. I want this Biafra to come to pass. Please unite. The same thing I want the time of 3 and I won in the time of ENUGU. And I've decided to unite all these people together, which all of them are set for that, by that time. And I told you to call them, and you refuse to call them. Now it's too late. The same thing I'm begging now. People are going out from IPAD every day by day. The real people that is strong, the people that can go for government, the people that can discuss with government, with government, the people that have documents, they are moving down, sit down. Please, please try to unite with Wazika now. I'm begging you. So that all these things, all your members, you still have your member. But go and inquire some mistakes. He will encourage you, and you can come back to Nigeria without any problem if you unite with him. I promise you this. And in the time of your mother burial, all these problems you are seeing, all this commission of police, all this, everything can solve. Please go and unite with your wife. After you do that, you see that you see that Biafra will come within 2 years or 1 year. I promise you for that, and I know that. So I have a lot of things to say, but I will give it some time, some few time, so let me wait. Because I try to give them advice because they will not understand. There are some people listen, some people because yesterday we was in a area in here, somebody called us a waiting. They meet me. Many of them come to me. What is going on? What is happening? In they see that I'm in Masbrook. I say, see, I am a Biafra. Anybody that do good, when you see that people that is doing something, you have to support the person. Or as is doing something, and the eyes is seeing it. Let us support this man. I try to say that. And the many of them are practice. Some of them don't say, oh, they're inviting me to the new day in IPOB. Come back, please. I say, would you come back? I'm not Biafra. I'm Biafra, but I'm trying to say where you can go to stay. You back to Nigeria, they will arrest you because you say you are active. You are afraid of everything. Whenever you arrest anybody that call my God, anybody that believes in that if they cannot arrest you because they are in the ground. If they arrest you, they will go and bail you out. So please, my people, I'm begging you people. We are one person. We speak the same language. We have the same culture. No one is bigger than each other. Calm down, let us go and unite with Wazirike. He is the founder of this Biafra. He is the one that sent the radio, paid the money for the radio when he was in London. Please, let us go back. Let us unite. Call all these leaders. Let us see the devil. And what are we going to do? What and what? He can tell us, okay, do this, I will do this. And the other one, even though Nabi, all the whole group of them, come, let's all unite. Let's all unite and respect this man. Without you to respect him as you cannot achieve anything. You cannot move forward. Only what you do is you go around, you be running around, after long around, you go down again. And without you to unite, I think many people, many groups, from now to next year, everything will go down. Everything will go down. Uwazike is not afraid of anybody. Uwazike is not afraid of the house. Uwazike is not afraid of all these things. But they give him respect. If they don't give him respect, he is speaking, even though he defends everybody. He defends the year. He defends everybody. Anybody that even though you are from, you say that the Igbo is this, you don't want to believe. He defends that why you are Igbo. Why can't you respect this man as other Igbos elders are respecting him? Forget about each one of these things. Which money? Can Buhari give you money? It's not possible. Why cannot give you money? Instead of that, you cut off them kill. You cannot give you money. Look, everything now is dying. All Nigeria is dying. All the Nigerians, everybody is dying. People are committing suicide because of high heat. If you give somebody money, we send money to Nigeria, tomorrow you say that it's finished. You cannot buy anything. The bag of life now, foreigner is 30,000 to 8,000. Now, if you from Lagos to East, they put a lot of money there. There's no room.
Okay,
When
so
you are
our
buying
brother, you make it
transport
short
is
so that we can
okay.
do. So yeah,
So,
let's see, make it brief.
yeah, I will stop now so that other people will see. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Udogo Mwinya. You have really said it all. What you said is to collaborate what Echezena Udeze and the engineer Dr. Amadi said on the essence of the unity coming together for Biafra actualization dream. You have said it all and you made it abundantly clear that all these pro-Biafra groups should come down to Were and reconcile with the humble servant of the people, Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike. This is what everybody has been saying, and as far as I know, Udo Ogunwuyi has been in the front line in the past year, calling on all the groups to come together. He spoke to Iranya 101, reconcile with Wazirike. He spoke with Omiomio, reconcile with Wazirike. He spoke with Kalo, reconcile with Wazirike. I must say, by word of confession, that as I'm talking to you, Omiomio, so from time to time, is in touch with Chief Wazirike. And the highlight of it all, again, let me inform fellow Biafrans, is, you know, Amamon Chukum, of course, the leader of BSMS, what is known as Biafra Special Military Squad. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, he has been in touch, direct touch with me. Why I want to make this public is because we want to encourage any other group to come to a round table. Let us talk Biafra. So this Amamon Chukuma, the leader of BSMS, Biafra Special Military Squad, has been in touch with me and he would like to speak with His Excellency, Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike. As I'm talking to you, I'm trying to create an avenue for him to go with some of his members, like he said, to discuss with Chief loyalty for the interests of Biafra. Because everybody is talking about Biafra. Not BSMS or bim-massob or IPOB or Bilie or Zionists or whatever. Everybody is talking about Biafra. And Biafra we must discuss. So the essence of coming together can never be overemphasized or overruled. We know we must come together. And it is only through this way that Biafra will come today. Let us emphasize something. Few days ago, it was everywhere on internet that the Biafran leader, Chief Chotorafu Wazirike, said if he died, do not bury him normally, but to get some wood, burn his corpse to ashes, and sprinkle this in different Biafran rivers. There are many people who did not understand the symbolic nature of that particular statement he made. Some try to view it from the peripheral, from the human angle, from the worldly angle. But the spiritual import of that particular statement was overlooked. Let me tell you, ever and anon, I am in touch, regular touch with the Biafra leader on daily basis. It's a privilege, and I'm glad about it. Now, I spoke with him again and again on this particular pronouncement, and I was able to understand. Biafra hear it now. Ijele Ndigbo has vowed that Biafra is coming. He has vowed to commit his last to this Biafra project. And that starting from 3rd of January 2020, there will be a different ball game in Biafra struggle. And in the course of trying to accomplish this, if he dies, this is his own will. This is what he whispered to me. That from January 2020, the issue of Biafra shall be a burning question. And he is going to accomplish it. Come afterwards, what would? He is going to challenge the power that be, by telling them that that particular promise he made to our own people is going to be accomplished. And in the course of doing it, if he lost his life, he's telling Biafrans, this is how it's going to be. But we wish you long life. He shall live to witness Biafra. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. Fellow compatriots, I don't know, CJ Udensi, of course, you are there, and those of you who are there, because of the nature of what we have to discuss right now, we have to put an end to this particular appraisal of the 26th anniversary. It's come and gone. Thank you very much until next year. Now, let me welcome this gentleman before we proceed. The Ejikeme Kizito, of course, you are there. Uba Nnamdi Joseph Okechukwu is there. He's of course greeting. Thank you, Sobi equally is there. Mike Oke is still saying he is watching us still from his own location, and very many others, so many. Ozronia Francis, of course, our honorable gentleman, he is trying to say that what happened at Owerri on the 26th is a sign of improvement and ready for Biafra government come 2020 January next year. That is obvious. And many others who are commenting. Now, fellow compatriots, this is a moment we have been expecting. From January 3rd, 2020, the world shall hear more of Biafra. It is not the Biafra of the Facebook. It is not Biafra of the internet. It is not Biafra of radio broadcasts. It is never a Biafra of propaganda. No. But Biafra of reality. That particular dream we have been having is now coming to fruition. Come January 3, 2020, everything shall commence. Some people have been trying to ask, what is the difference between the bim-massob government and the Biafra government? The difference is as crystal as you can think of. Very, very crystal. The difference is just like heaven and earth. The government of bim-massob is quite internal, an organization, a group. But from this particular bim-massob, something higher has come, giving us Biafra. Biafra is all-embracing, is all-encompassing. It is a nation within a nation, a state within a state. What do I mean by a state within a state? Remember, all of you who are listening now, take this particular message home. Open your ears very, very well. Take the message home. We are still under Nigeria's umbrella. Take it or leave it. Nobody can contest it. Reasons are obvious. 1, we are still making use of Nigerian currency. 2, many of us are still making use of Nigerian passport. 3, everything that has to do with the economy, history, whatever, name it, we are still under Nigerian government as the umbrella body. But then, not so long ago, Nigeria's President, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, had to say that we can have a state within a state. It is constitutionally allowed. We can have a state within a state. What does that mean? Gentlemen, let us go beyond Biafra land and Nigeria and visit other countries of the world. Let us stop at Catalonia, that particular country that supports Biafra and had also supported Biafra in the years ago. Now, Catalonia is in Spain, but now they want to have their own independence. Because they want to have their own independence, they want to start with internal government administration. So, as we are talking today, they have Catalan government, it's called Catalan government. Under this Catalan government, they have their judiciary, they have their legislature, they have the executive, they have their ministries operating independent of the Spanish government. Do not forget, let me remind you, that some months back, they wanted to assert their full autonomy through a referendum, even though the Spanish government had to clamp down on them. But as we are talking now, it is selling through. So that is a way of practicing a state within a state. We are not talking about referendum in Biafra land. We have gone beyond the referendum. The referendum was taken at Ahera during the 1970 civil Holocaust. That was precisely 1968 when Emeka Ojukwu went to Ahera and went to Aburi rather, and then discussed Biafra with the Nigerian government, what we call Aburi Accord. That was their own referendum. And as of that time, the Eastern Nigerian Constituent Assembly mandated him to declare Biafra. That was referendum. We don't want another referendum for Nigeria. It has been taken and taken care of long ago. Nobody should be drawing us backwards. So now, we want to start in Biafra land, the exact equivalent of what is happening in Catalonia. Not only Catalonia, many of you are aware of the difference between Scotland and Britain under the English government. Now, Scotland is a state within a state. They have their own judiciary, executive, legislature, whatever you can think of. They have their own internal government. But yet, under the United Kingdom, under the British Empire. So, now they are planning to have their own full autonomy, their own independence. Don't forget that some time ago, they organized a referendum. Because the referendum was rigged, they lost. But they are still planning to have another referendum to make sure that they assert their own independence existence. That is why another one, this is number 2. Number 3, we know of Tibet, the same thing. At present, now those of you who are monitoring the CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, even vobi, you would have known that Hong Kong has been demonstrating all along. They want to free themselves from Chinese exploits or exploitation. Hong Kong is a state within a state under the Chinese government, but now they want to assert their own right to existence, their own right to independence, autonomy. The Kurdish people the same thing, and very many other nations of the world, Palestine inclusive. Now, these countries are practicing their own statism within a given state. And the law, the international law, allows that. So, this is the exact equivalent of what we intend to start in Nigeria, in Biafra land, come January 3. We are not going to accomplish this in a day, but from January 3, the paraphernalia of government activities shall start up immediately. First, we are going to have the executive. Those of you who did simple government in secondary schools, you know what that means. The particular body that issues order or gives order, that gives instructions. This is the executive that controls other arms of the government. Not just controlling, but work in tandem with them to make sure that the system functions. So we are going to have the executive. Remember, His Excellency has told you that he's not going to be the Biafran president or Biafran head of state. But for now, we are calling that respect because there's no other person. Except he says he has handed over to somebody to continue and be playing advisory role. But for all we know, I feel certain he is His Excellency, the Biafran president. Take it or leave it. There's no two ways about it. Now, he is the head of the executive. And when we talk of the head of the executive, he is there with men in council. Remember, now men in council, where the elders of the land come together, where they now make sure that is the executive. Men in council, they will make sure that the system is functioning very, very well. And this particular men in council, the executive shall be headed by Chief Dr. Rafu Wazirike Ijelendibu. Now, with men in council, they will be deciding how the system should be operated, how the system should function, how the system is going to affect every Biafran individual. That will be the duty of the executive. We don't have to elaborate so much. Those of you who understand what it means by the term executive, you know what we mean. Just like in Nigeria today, the Buhari in Asarok, which is ministers, are the executive. So now, under this executive body or arm of the government, we are going to have ministries. Note it now. We are going to have ministries in Biafra land. This is why we made publications some time ago that those who shall be prepared to serve under the Biafran government admin shall indicate, both home and away. Now, in our ministries back home in Biafra land, we are going to have people to fill the vacancies. First and foremost, we are going to have Minister of Agriculture. Remember, any particular nation, any government that is not food sufficient is doomed. We must make sure we practice agrarian policy. That particular policy, which will enable us to go into the farm, everybody to go into the farm to cultivate, so that we are going to harvest the yield. We are going to make sure we produce food in sufficient quantity to feed our teeming population. And after feeding our teeming population, we shall equally have abundance to export to earn foreign revenue. We are going to cultivate our cocoa, cashew, mango, orange, all the cash crops, everything you can think of, every economic tree we are going to plant. We are going to harvest a lot. So think of whatever you are going to contribute in the field of agriculture to make sure we produce food in sufficient quantity. We shall know more in the event of Biafra. Buy yam from Alausa. We are not going to buy tomato from Alausa. Ayag has onions from Alausa. We are not going to buy potato from Alausa. We are going to produce all this, cultivate all this in Biafra land. Ayag has llama from Alausa. I got Igbo from Anambra, from ENUGU, from EBONYI, any other state in Biafra land. We are going to stop buying chicken from Alausa. We are going to have our own. This shall be the duty of the executive under the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Resources. Government is going to make sure that hunger is a thing of the past in Biafra land. This is what we are going to practice. There shall not be hunger in Biafra land once we start. Instead of hunger killing anybody, all of us shall troop to the farm to cultivate. I got koji, I got ede, I got potato. All of them, I got kougbo, water ugbo, mushroom. All of them, we are going to cultivate all of them in whatever form. We are going to empower the Ministry of Agriculture to make sure they tell us the different species of plants and fruits and whatever we are going to cultivate in our various farms to make sure that during harvest we have sufficient quantity. We are going to overtake Israel in agriculture. We are going to overtake Argentina in agriculture. We are going to overtake America in agriculture. Plantain, banana, all of them, get ready. We are going to cultivate to make sure that we feed fat. This shall be under the Ministry of Agriculture, Science and Technology. You know what that means. We shall not depend on foreign medicine. We are going to go back to the traditions to know how our fathers used to gola malaria without APC or camocrine. Whatever that made our fathers to gola malaria without problem, we are going to find out. Few minutes ago, one of our members was talking about having typhoid. Ayag has ganima has problem in abroad. Simple domestic illness. We are going to make sure that we devise our own traditional means of healing ourselves. I get water popo. I get water shower shop. These two things in particular can take care of your health needs. What do you call it again? Ginger. All of them, we are going to cultivate all these things in manifold quantity to make sure we harvest them and then call our medical doctors, our scientists, all of them. They are going to carry out research to make sure that you are Biafra. Remember, when God created all of us, He made sure that whatever that will be of use, need to us, was planted within our neighborhood. That is true. The white man saw the abundance of Africa or Biafra land before they came in the years to colonize us. And after that, they took away everything we had. They are still taking today. We are going to make sure we put an end to it and use what we have to take care of our health needs. So in the field of science, we are going to carry out research. We are not going to have professors who cannot carry out simple research. Our technology shall not depend on you being a professor or having academic laurels. No. I got pain a village. I got pain a villages. Those young boys and girls now put here I got give them encouragement. How we're now in terms of technology, we are not going to import from Russia, from America, from Germany, from anywhere. We are going to be self-sufficient in technology. Who didn't understand? During the Civil War, Biafra log for 3 consecutive years. Biafra. If you don't know it now. Ihe ndị Avengers, let me tell you, I was in touch. Ihe ndị Avengers jiri na-akpa nkata arụrụ ya n'ala Biafra. So why can't we come together and develop our technology? To God be the glory. A motor industry, we are there now. You know, motors is there. Very soon, Ibeto shall come up again. Slug Air will come up again. Izog will come up again. And those people that want to suppress, they will come up again. Allen Onyama is going to overcome. We are going to rally around him. The enemy shall never take hold of him. We are there, just like we did it before. So, in terms of technology, we are going to catch our young boys and girls young. We are going to go to various primary schools, secondary schools, and bring them out and encourage them. Skill acquisition, we are going to give it to them. They are going to carry out this. I'm talking, this is under executive. Ministry of Agriculture, Science and Technology. We are going to also have Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Our history must be developed. We are going to write our own history. The white man shall not write our history for us. Biafrans shall write their own history. Our historians take notes. We are going to make sure that the culture and traditions are part of our own government. If you want to be the head of the executive, if you want to be a legislator rather, if you are going to be in the judiciary, whatever, you are going to be sworn in with your fobudo. I give you a go fobudo. Give brego do neri, abroad. I give you a go for and when I go Biafra, I do what I give matter abroad. Oh, I say, give butia, I got to wear a lot Biafra. Non gahan. Raw hotels, raw industries, raw schools, raw hospitals. Ụmụ Biafra enye ha ọrụ. Ejecha ndị Biafra ọrụ, asị ndị Yoruba, ndị Hausa, ndị ebe ọzọ gbapụta were n'ọrụ. This is what we are going to do. We shall not allow any Biafran to carry our money abroad. If you are caught, we give you the China treatment. We are going to face the good time. That is clear. So we are going to write our history. We are going to delve into the past to know how our forefathers lived and lived long, 100 and something years. Not this day. Work here about 20, work here about 30, 40, or 60. If we are going to find out why. We are going to live long. So, in the event of history of Biafra, we are going to write our own history, and nobody is going to write it for us. Bear it in mind. Then, we are talking about health again. We are going to have free health care. All these are coming under the executive. We are going to have our free health care. Why? An old man, an old woman, a pregnant woman, you are going to have your medical checkups free of charge in Biafra land. This is what we are going to do for our people. We are going to bless them. They are going to be proud of Biafra. They are going to be thankful to Ijele Ndibo for making sure that Biafra is with us. So these are some of the duties of the executive. We are going to commence on January 3. We are going to do some appointments. So if you want to serve in the Biafran government, you have to contact the seat of power of Voice of Biafra International. Once we compile all these things, we forward to the seat of power. Remember, we take instructions from there. We don't act on our own accord. No. After giving you the breakdown, I will now allow members of the crew and any other person to chip in something by way of contribution. When I say contribution, I don't mean financial contribution, please. Biafrans are going to work to earn money, not begging. Of course, in Biafra land, there should be no beggar. We are not going to tolerate anything like begging in Biafra land. Every hand must be on deck. We can train the blind person to produce. We can train the crippled to produce. We can train the dumb, the deaf to produce. This is what we are going to do to make sure that everybody is gainfully employed in Biafra land. Everybody is useful. Even if it means consulting our Biafran oracle, we are going to do it. Don't forget, France consults oracle. Germany consults oracle. America consults oracle. China consults oracle. Russia consults oracle. Why can't we consult our own oracle as well? God gave it to us. All these are deities that swing in the will of the Almighty God. We can then go to them. They give us an inkling into what happens in the spiritual world. We are going to do all these things to make sure that in terms of science, We are going to overtake China and Germany. In terms of technology, we are going to overtake Germany and China. When it comes to electronics, we are going to overtake America and France. We are going to be the best, the primus inter pares. We are going to stand tall before any other nation. God has blessed us, of course. In terms of military warfare, we are going to diminish the strength of Israel. So these are part of the things we intend to start gradually come January 2020. And then foreign affairs. We are going to empower our people abroad. They are going to bring back money. Our money that we are stolen and siphoned abroad, our diaspora will gradually begin to siphon them back home. When the time comes, we shall discuss with Udo Ogmuya, who is in charge of the Scandinavian countries. Of course, we are going to talk with H.S. Odessa, who is there in Asia, Japan. Of course, Dr. Kenneth Ezajale, who is in India, who is not going to take control of the entire Indian area. Of course, Honorable Dim, who is going to take care of Austria and Switzerland. And I don't need to mention other names until we get them published. So these are some of the things we are going to do under the executive, creating ministries. So if you want to be part of this Biafran government administration, indicate the hour is there and time is out of joint. Now we talk of the legislature. In our legislature, it's going to be temporary. It's not going to be a permanent assignment where Nigerians go and steal money. No, it's going to be a kind of part-time duty. You go there, you make laws, and then you go home and face the business of the day. You are not going to stay there doing nothing, saying you are talking what? No, it's not the type of government we are going to practice. We are going to make sure that our legislature is done on part-time basis. Then there will be sanity. They are going to make laws. Don't forget that the laws we are going to make in nature will sound draconian, but in application it's going to be very, very simple. Do what is good, the law will protect you. But if you offend, the law will punish you. That is obvious. So the legislature will make sure they enact laws, enabling laws that will govern our people, while the judiciary shall interpret everything. Our prison system is a word of reformatory. We are going to reform prisoners so that when they come out, they become useful to the society. We are not going to kill our prisoners. No. When it is time, our prisoners, when they are there, they are going to enjoy all the benefits of life. They are going to have a communication system, television, mobile phone, whatever. But then they will also help in cultivating the farmland, because you can't just be there eating our food. Otherwise, you come out and commit and go back again. You are going to be useful to our society. But we are going to make sure that our own prison shall not be a replication of the Nigerian crisis. No, Nigeria is a disaster. Our prison type is going to be a reformed one. And when people are there and come out, they will look healthy. That is obvious. But it's not a way of encouraging, criminality. No. So these things will come under the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. Come January 3rd, we are going to start all this gradually. Now let me move a bit further before I throw the floor open. We are going to have states in Biafra land, provinces, zones, and community, depending on what the legislature will devise, depending on what the executive shall approve. So we are going to make sure that there will be government at all levels of the society, so that we are going to carry government closer and closer to the people. We are going to carry our government closer to the people for them to feel the impact of it all. It's not a situation where somebody is directing affairs in Abuja, while then somebody in Bayelsa or Yenegua is not noticing it. So all these things are what we are going to start gradually practicing during the new Biafran government. Don't forget, we are going to practice a kind of confederal system where each unit shall be independent but being loyal to the central body, halfway. These are the measures we intend to adopt in our new system come January 3, 2020. Fellow compatriots, we don't have to overflog it, but we have come here today to tell you that from January 3rd, the full Biafran government activities shall start gradually. Let me put it that way. It will start gradually. And then from there, we expand the horizon until we finally tell Nigeria goodbye. Fellow compatriots, let me open the floor for our people to make contributions in what I have said so far. Of course, we still have the crew here. CJ Udes is there. Uchen Okeke is there, Valentine Ogoji is there, Odog Mwinyi is there, Bright Lion is there, of course, Judy Chijoke is there. And on the screen, Ignatius Ibemba, of course, is there. Ignatius Ibemba is there. Let me see. Ikemefla Ugu is there. Wimo Nnam is there. Uche Okenye is there monitoring. John Gate. James Ude is still saying, please, this application of works is impossible of money. Yeah, please, thank you so much, Ude James. Thank you, Ude James, for that particular question. What we are saying, those who are going to work for Biafra government are not only bim-massob members, but any other Biafra that would like to serve in our government. This is very, very important. Thank you so much, Ude James, for asking that question. You know, everybody cannot know everything. So, the application, those who are going to work in our government, is not exclusive to only the bim-massob members, but to any other Biafra who is willing to cooperate with us and work in the interest of Biafra. That is it. Thank you so much, Ude James. Of course, Justin Uchiwa, Godfrey, and many others are there. So, gentlemen, this is what I have to tell you so far. Day in, day out, we shall continue to update you on our pages. The floor is open. Say your mind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ikenna. This is Valentine Ugoji from Port Harcourt. Like what we are saying about the internal government, it's like a parallel government. It's like a government inside a government or a state inside a state. It's a government that is operating inside a government. And the reason is this because you've not gotten our sovereignty. It is the government that will work towards the sovereignty of Biafra. So that is one thing I want our people to understand. You know, when you talk about the government come January, many are thinking it's a full-blown government. It is a government, yes, but it's a kind of parallel. Like in Sudan, after the referendum, they formed a government, and that government ushered in the sovereignty of Sudan today. Like in Malta, it also happened before they got their sovereignty. Some nations that got sovereignty formed such governments before their sovereignty was announced by the United Nations. So that is what is happening today in the land of Biafra. And what I want us to understand that it is not only bim-massob. bim-massob is a group that is canvassing for Biafra, and we have other groups also. But when coming to government, you are talking about the people, not the group this time around. Rather, you are talking about what? The people, and the people are the Biafrans. Then any man, any woman that knows the capacity he or she can operate have to do what? Indicate. But the government have a head, and the head is Chief Dr. Rafu Wasrike, who is the head of that government. But now it has to include every Biafra, every freeborn Biafra is free to partake or participate in this government because it has to do with all of us, not just one group or one people. No. So what we are saying is this: anyone that knows the area you can perform well or you can operate very well, you have the right to do what? To indicate, so that the chance will be given to you to operate. So what I want our people to understand, this, my fellow Biafrans, is that come next year, the internal government will do what? Will kick off. And once it kicks off, we will continue until we will be recognized as a sovereign nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentine Ogoji. You had it all. bim-massob is a group, of course, the umbrella group. But in terms of our administration, it is for every Biafran, and we expect every Biafran who has anything to contribute to come forward. Either you go to a seat of power or you contact the vobi crew. Members of the vobi crew can collect your identity and information and send to us, to me in particular. Then I will compile all these things and forward to the seat of power. Even those in diaspora who are prepared to serve in our foreign missions, you are welcome. We have a lot of them right now. Their list is almost full. So very soon I'm going to forward this to the Biafra seat of power. Thank you very much, Valentine Ogoji. Gentlemen, the floor is still open.
Yeah, this is Jude Chijoke from Lagos, Nigeria. I think you have actually, touched a lot of areas in terms of the Biafran government. But I believe that a lot of people will still be wondering how is Biafran government going to be different from the Nigerian government. I think that area has to do mostly with how will the Biafran government be run, and what is the difference. Because we know the problem of Nigeria today. We know that the foundation is faulty. That is one. Secondly, corruption, or you can call it corruption. It is all about corruption. But Biafra system is going to be completely wiped clean. Biafra system is going to be clean to a point that people outside we found out that they won't have any other choice other than to embrace Biafra. But to start this, I don't think is that possible. That is the reason why we first of all we call on our Creator, on our own God, to come and assist us to ensure. Because a lot of our people, if you can see today, we have some kind of being used to the Nigerian system, believing that we can eat, bribe, go through a kind of system. But on this particular Biafran system, from the way I understand, because a lot of people never knew that we had these plans. This has been planned long ago. Like when you pick up the ideal Biafran government by Chief Dr. Ralph Ozuki, he has addressed a lot of issues on the Biafran government, how the Biafran government will operate. But my major focus and our major concern presently is how do we ensure that corruption, the same corruption that dragged Nigeria down, doesn't enter Biafran land or doesn't, affect our own system. So that is a effort of everyone. So it's just like an appeal to all Biafrans that whoever that is under the Biafran government, whoever that have picked any appointment under the Biafran government, expect anything from that person rather than 100% sincerity.
Yeah.
Because you can't expect you can't expect somebody who was appointed on a particular position giving you money or to use to favor you in any way or the other. I think it is a simple appeal to Biafrans that we in the bim-massob and all the bodies that are working together, we are doing everything possible to ensure that we tackle corruption, because corruption is our number one priority presently.
Yeah, Jude, thank you so much. When I was analyzing, I said that we are going to follow the Chinese pattern. If you are corrupt, if you eat our money, public money, you shall face the kilo time. You know what I mean by that? We shall not tolerate it. Or if you carry Biafran money, you want to bring it to abroad, Germany, France, France, no way, no way. If you are caught, you are finished. If you could go Biafra, you must invest it in Biafra land before I hear Biafra. Why? If you make an attempt to carry our money to siphon it abroad, you are finished. You and the entire family. We must not tolerate it. China gidegi ha big issue. Ego Biafra gara na Biafra land. Gị bute ya, ị ga-eji arụ indọstrị, rụọ skuul, n'ụlọ ọgwụ. Ihe ọbụla a ga-eji arụpụta ga-enye our people employment, we are going to do it. And there's something important. Now this Germany, and they clean everywhere, all the roads, all the streets, everything. We are going to employ the average Biafra woman in the villages to make sure that all our roads are swept clean. Of course, we are going to macadamize all the Biafra roads. In terms of the human right in Biafra land, the human right in Biafra land, this is where Engineer Dr. Amadi will come in whenever he wants to address Biafrans. How Biafrans are going to enjoy their rights, freedom of speech and association, everything. This shall be the role of the Bilia human rights in the event of Biafra. So, Jude, I don't know if you have finished, otherwise you complete what you are saying. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ikenna, for at least for that clarity, But my appeal is going to Biafrans in general, because we are doing a lot of underground work. Like our leader said, we are going to take our time to ensure that we never got anything wrong. We are going to take our time gradually. We are going to ensure that we get the required results. And to gain trust of the people, we have to be transparent. And when you talk of transparency, it starts from in. Because any money that we generate, we are going to give account of this particular, money that we are going to use for projects and works in our communities. But most especially, our appeal is going to our people to give our people the chance. Those that will be appointed into these particular offices, to support them and to back them up, because and not to expect, because it's all about when you are appointed in a particular office, people, your family, your wife, or whoever that is your close relation, they start seeing the person probably as someone that is going to be bringing additional money or additional something to. We are going to ensure that Biafra is not run that way. Every appointee, every person that is holding any political or any office, we are going to ensure that that office is not abused. I think that is how I'm going to cut it off. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In fact, Judy said it all. Biafran government is not going to be a family affair at all. It is for the people. Now, somebody is asking. That is, let me first of all welcome Okechukwu Opara Sundays Onyebuigu Igu Ikechukwu Amoaso. Now, Sunday Eze is asking a question. Sunday Eze. He said, my question is our security. Are they going to carry arms? This is a very latent question. Let Biafrans hear this now. Sunday Eze is asking, members of our security, are they going to carry arms? Yes. And it bends. What do you mean by yes? Because you call it security, they will carry arms. In case if they encounter armed robbers, assassins, or whatever, all those hoodlums, so they will carry arms. But then, the Biafran law shall be, if you're a police officer, if you're a military on duty, sorry please, I'm sorry, let me reconnect my video, it's off. Okay, I'm back on air. So, what we are saying is this. In Biafra land, if you are a police officer, a military officer, if you're on duty, you will not drink alcohol. If you drink alcohol, you shall not be on duty. We are going to make sure we accomplish this. EBONYI police, onye uwe ojii, in on duty, ibe egbe, you get an alcohol at all. Maka ịṅụọ ya, ka ịhụzie mmadụ mara dịka oke. We are going to make sure that if you are on duty, you shall not take alcohol. If you are caught, you shall be dismissed. Maka na ọwụ ndị polisi were bịa ṅụcha alcohol, ha hụzie mmadụ apụ ara ego n'ụzọ. No way. It's not going to happen in Biafra land. If you test alcohol, we shall make sure we discipline you. Number 2, in Biafra land, if you're a taxi driver or a bus driver, you must not test alcohol when you're on duty. If you're on steering, you must not take alcohol. If you take alcohol, you must not be on steering to reduce rate of accident. We are going to take care of all this. Let us get to Biafra first. Thank you so much. Now, thank you so much, Jude Chijoke, for that particular contribution. Gentlemen, the floor is still open. Hello?
Yes, from Michigan, Adamawa, Nigeria.
Okay, so now welcome.
Yeah, I sincerely want to appreciate everybody, most especially the leader of bim-massob and the person of Chief Dr. Ralph Wazurike, and in whose shoulder the name Biafra today is being held. I sincerely want to appreciate him, and equally to thank all the players in the person of Ikenna
EBONYI, and the rest of the comrades who has been voicing out from different parts of the world, and Lagos, Port Harcourt, Germany, and Denmark, Japan, and America. And I want to thank all of you. And now we are discussing on the internal governments that will kick off by January 2020, precisely on 3rd of January. I think the president of Biafra has made it very clear, even to the dumb, to the deaf, and the blind. He said it, that the government of Biafra will kick off by January. The internal government. He didn't say the government ruling of Nigeria, but that of Biafra. And he spread the Biafra, he made it very broad that whosoever, no matter the gift you have from the divinity that has been embedded in you, that they can use to uplift, to broaden the government of Biafra, he said you should come in. And so, to some of us who has been praying and requesting that invitation be given to them specially, maybe by special invitation. Now, I think this is a higher invitation to you, wherever you may find yourself or wherever you may be. He said you should come. So I don't see the reason why maybe you'd be expecting him to give you a special letter for a special invitation. If you're a Biafran, he himself invited himself for this service. Please let us learn from our leaders on how to invite ourselves. Now the government will kick off. The government will kick off. Government is a government. Whichever way, when that time comes, you will know. Anywhere you want to play your own game. What we are hearing today from the president, Chief Dr. Rafa Wazirike, is what he wrote in his book right from prison, when he was in prison on the road. If you're opportune to have that book, it's the title of the book is The Ideal Biafran Government. If you're opportune to have this book, if you go through this book, you will get the information of what is going to happen by January 2020. This has been a platform. This has been a plan he had for Biafrans. And by patience, by endurance, God has enabled him and his people to endure come 2020 January, and everything will be laid forward. So I want to thank him for his patience, for his perseverance, for his endurance, and also to all bim-massob that has been a source of hope to him, because each time he looks right, he sees them. Each time he looks left, he sees them front and back. He sees them solidly behind him, round about him, not minding the hardship, not minding the harshness from all angles, up, down, and right, left. I want to sincerely thank all of them. So, the die is cast. All your talents, showcase it. If you're a footballer, come out. If you're a boxer, come out. If you're an engineer, whatsoever that God has endowed you with, the president of Biafra said, come 2020, the government will kick off. Come, wherever you are. If you're an expert in the sea, you have to call that. This is the time you will come and show the world through Biafra that this is you. If you're an expert in the air, this is the time. I don't know what else you want him to tell us again. He has made it very broad. The police, the soldiers, he has given us all the training we need to know before now. And so, whosoever that misbehave himself or herself will have himself or herself to blame. And that is it. Government is a government. And I want to believe that we're not going to make everything open on air. And when that time comes, you will see Biafra in action. Time for noise making has gone. People had make their noise, and at the end, they couldn't come up with anything. And today, patiently, he is telling you that it is the time, and time is here and near. Thank you. This is my only contribution. Uchenna, okay. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Uchenna. Okay. You have said it all. Nobody should sit on the fence. Nobody should sit at home waiting for an invitation. Every hand must be on deck. That is clear. Let me welcome. Sorry, please. This is echoing. Just a miss. So I have to welcome Mommy Onitsha. Mommy. A lady also, a man who is viewing us from Onitsha. He's saying, very good and fine. I will continue to follow till the last day. God bless Chief Dr. Afo was wicked. God bless Biafra nation in Jesus' name. Amen. That is coming from Mommy Onitsha. Mommy Onitsha, you're welcome. And of course, Ifeanyi Efobi is there, and Victor Ebeka is there. Of course, I welcome the Moka 44. Nadi Ezugo is there. Stephen Cephas is there. Eze Gold is there. Nkem Okeke is there. Ayuba Musa is there. Christian Madoka equally is there. All these people and more on the screen watching us live. We are giving to you a tip of the iceberg of what the Biafran government is going to be come January 2020. Don't sit on the fence. Join us. Say your mind. This is a time. Fellow competitors, the floor is still open.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ikem.
Thank you, Udog Muya, our representative in
Right,
diaspora. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is the voice of Bright Lion from Owerri.
Okay, Bright.
Let me come from this angle. You know, the swearing in that is made up of four instead of Bible. You know, this made it clear that this government will be the best government in this part of the world, and making it clear, you know, to set the position to only people that really want to serve for human and everybody benefit from this government. Not people that want to serve from their own and because of their own interest or whatever. You know, when someone swear with a four, you know what that means. You know the exact thing to do. You know when you will cross boundary and what will happen to you. So this offer of a swearing claim is, to me, is the best step, and I like it. I love it. Best step, making the vacancy for anybody that really want to serve. That is the best step to follow. And another thing, this legislator being part time. What a government! You know, what a government! Not that you will judge because you're a legislator based on our Nigerian government, and you just to make law and you keep receiving salary that is not even up to, that is over a million times of minimum wage. You see, but legislature to be part time is another best thing that I see coming up in this Biafran internal government. Because when you know that you are there to make law and you have your business or you have your business to run for the day, when you go there, you make a serious law for your people, law that will benefit everybody, law that you'll be proud of. You know, not that law that you just make law. Let me not keep calling a Nigerian legislature. You know the kind of law they make these days. So part time on that aspect is the best step too. You know, now focusing on agriculture, bringing all the talents and people. You know, it's another wonderful steps. You can imagine that you are doing this when you come and you know that you will have 100% support of your government. You see the person even doing more than 101%, and it will not boost the economy of the government. You know, so wonderful, wonderful ideas based on how this government is going to run. You know, if we set all these things this way, we will find out that there is no way, I repeat, that we will have this idea of corruption, bribery. You can imagine when someone swear in with Ofo. For people that don't know what Ofo is, you better search on it. It's not something that you will play with, not just a mere written book or whatever. It's a kind of God, you know. You play with it, you play with fire. In fact, you play with your generation, not even with fire. You play with your generation. So, it's bye bye to corruption.
Thank you very much, Bright. Look, the message is clear. If you play with Ofo, no, you don't just play with your life, but their own entire generation. If you play with our Ofo, you are playing with your own generation. So when we use Ofo to swear in our legislators, our executive, they will understand that we mean business. And we mean business. We are going there. To God be the glory that the Biafran president understands what we are saying. Of course, Sonny Emmanuel YBC is online with us. Before I call on Sonny, Udog Winya, our sole representative in the Scandinavian countries. Udog, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Yes. So you have heard what we have been saying. You are our strong man in the entire Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland. I think Finland is there, and so please, what is your own impression about this our government? We are fully starting this January, and what message do you have to every Biafran regarding this particular administration we are commencing? We talk going over to you.
Thank you so much, Ikenna. So, what I want to tell our people all over Europe here, that we are unstoppable. No one can stop us as far that we hold up with Wazirike. So what I'm trying to tell all my people in Europe here, let us come together. Let us come together. Don't think that only one group can give you Biafra. One group can have one strategy. The other group can have another strategy. But this time, let us come together and join this government we are going to have in January, so that all of us will have one goal, one mind. You will see Nigeria government will run away. We will see all the whole Nigeria, all those politicians, all of them will run away. Please, as I am here in Scandinavia, I already telling my people, many people believing. Some people still confused because they listen with their nose. But I believe as time going on, people will come with their sense, because I gave some group from now till next year, something will go long. Many people, many group of this Biafra will go down, because some of them didn't come with their heart. Some come with money. Some come to confuse people, which you don't have any strategy. The person that have strategy, just think about that. Who is in the ground? That is Wazirike. Wazirike never run away. You can come. If you have your own strategy, come. He will listen with you. He's not stingy. He can help you with anything you want. So let all these people which thinking that every is only IPOB can give you Biafra. That is complete lie. The person that telling you that is, he confused you. Okay, let me come for this case. How do you think that all the elders, all the Igbo leaders, all of them, they have only one person who they respect was Ricky. And many of them can go to White House. Many of them can go to UN. Many of them can go to European Union. Many of them can go to Russia to present our case. And all this Biafra group that said they go to White House, they said they see Obama, they said Trump, they said they see Putin. All of them is lying. Please try to understand me. All of them, they are lying. None of them. The same European Union. I was in European Union in 2017. We just go and present document to them that they're killing our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and they hold him in prison. You cannot go there and speak. They can go there and submit their paper. Please, our people, reason. I don't think that Nnamdi Kanu is not trying. He tries his best, but there's something that goes wrong. Please, let us join hands together. Let us join hands together. The only solution to get this Biafra is when Nnamdi Kanu and other group go and discuss with Wazirika. I know why I'm saying this. When I'm saying some people don't think, people that understand what I'm saying, now he cannot go to Nigeria because of this thing. But if he unites with Wazirika, I promise you, there's another strategy he will give to him. And all these people that like the former executive of IPOB, which have left IPOB, I'm pleading for you. Come back. We need you to come and join this government we are forming. Benin Human Light is coming. Other group is coming. Other powerful people, they are coming to join. We want to have one group. Only IPOB have not complete. So I am begging, if you know other, I know many of them. I have discussing with them. I know many of IPOB leaders. I have discussed with them. But the problem is too much of boldness, too much of, because you already be in that place, you don't want to take yourself down. You don't want to be obedient. You're thinking that saying lie, saying lie or confusing people. Oh, do you know who we are? We will bomb the zoo. We will kill this. We will destroy this. Those things is lie. They cannot do it's nothing like protest again. Nothing like any demonstration anymore because Buhari is still in the power. If anybody come out, they shoot you. You die. What is the solution? The solution is the person that all the leader is listening to. The person is Wazirika. Let him go there to hear from him. The same thing I'm telling him about before they get query and before other executives left him. The same thing I'm telling him now. It's like I am a prophet. They have to call Udo when a prophet because I'm a prophet. I tell them what will happen. The first day that he want to travel to Nigeria in 2014, I lied to Uchebe. He saw my message. I tell Uchebe, please see what I saw. If Nnamdi travel, they will hold him and they will maltreat him and they will go to prison. And immediately I called him. He said, no, they cannot do anything after it happened. So the same thing I'm telling him now. Don't go to Nigeria. Nigeria have to be negotiate with our leader, the new leader we have now. The person that can help you is only Wazirika. Thank you so much, Ikenna. I will stop here.
Thank you very much, Ojoguya, for calling a spade a spade. One thing we've known you for is being honest to yourself and to people, not minding who is involved. This is one thing Biafrans have known you for. You call a spade, not minding who is involved. And this is the type of spirit we want in Biafra. It is the type of spirit we shall have in Biafra, and Biafra will be a great nation. I must be honest with you. We so much appreciate you when you talk to us. We so much like listening to you. We are very, very enthralled. What I mean by enthralled is captivated when you are addressing us. You are talking to us from a different angle, but you have to, you always call a spade a spade. This is what we want in Biafra land. If Kanu does something good, I would say yes, Kanu has done something good. Okay. When he was holding the radio, he made the world, those who have not know Biafra more and more. It's true. We agree. Because when Chief Wazike started, there was no mobile phone, there was no internet, there was nothing. And yet he did it. So it's a combination of forces. We come together, combine our resources, and get Biafra we want. Biafra is for everybody. Chief Wazike will always tell you that he is not the owner of Biafra. He says this every day, that he is not the owner of Biafra, that Biafra is for you and me. Non-TB, non-Mickey, pro-Vobis. Not for you, not for me, but for us. That is it. So when we talk of Biafra, we talk of Biafra that is for you and for me, not for any particular individual. That is why we are asking you, let us come together. When Bishop Chukwuma was praying, days ago at the seat of power, Ojukwu Memorial Day, he emphasized on the essence or importance of unity. He emphasized on the need to come together. He was emphatic. He never mixed words. He was unambiguous. So when look at Engineer Dr. Innocent Amadi, the president of Bilia Human Rights that has taken Nigerian government to court over the Biafra matter. He is always here with us to talk to our people and to talk with our people. A humble servant is the type of spirit we want in Biafra land. Not minding he's the president of Bilia Human Rights, but every time he joins us on the program to talk to our people because he believes in Biafra. He understands Biafra. So what is holding others? What is holding others from coming down to say, oh, let us work together? The Biafran government has started in earnest, whether you like it or not. And what we are saying is, join us now and make your contributions towards our struggle. The floor is still open. Emmanuel Sonny YBC, are you online now still? Sonny Emmanuel YBC, you joined us late. Are you there online?
Yeah, my brother, good evening, sir. I'm much around.
Okay, the floor is open for you.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my brothers and sisters all over the world. I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of us for your support during the Ojukwu Memorial Day, which went very successful. I want to thank every members of the crew. I want to thank all our brothers worldwide who are there to celebrate with us over our great leader, Dean Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. I pray that God Almighty will continue to bless each and every one of us for our efforts towards the celebration of our great leader in Jesus' name. Amen. I want to use this opportunity to tell our people that Biafra is already here. We are in preparation of the new government. No one is rejected. But the most important thing is that we must have in our mind the Biafra as a nation first, not more. We put Biafra first. Biafra is what we want. I want to say thank you and thank all our brothers and sisters all over the world, because for me, joining.
Yeah, sorry. Problem we do have with you at times is that you're always at a very poor background where service always fluctuates. We would want you, please, at other times to be in a position where you can talk and we too can hear you. So what you're saying right now,
Can you hear me?
yeah, but it fluctuates. At times it falls, we can't get you. But try again. Let us see. Over to you, Sonny.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, so I say that like I have heard you discussing about the
Biafran government and our way forward for the coming year. I can't say much about that because I joined late. I have some network problem. I couldn't be able to connect to the broadcast because of the area where I am. To God be the glory. I'm still following. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sonny. Gentlemen, fellow compatriots, fellow Biafrans, before we started, I made it clear by way of appeal that this broadcast will take only 1 hour, 20 minutes maximum. But here we are now, 2 hours, 15 minutes. I think we have done, and we are done for the day. The message today is proper, and that is 2020 is 30 days away from now. Come January 3rd, 2020, we commence gradual disengagement from Nigeria. We are not running into conflict with Nigeria. We are not opposing Nigerian authority, no. We are still part and parcel of that federation, but we are going to maintain a bit of autonomy within that particular federation. That is why we are doing this. So join us. Tell us what you can do for Biafra. Just like somebody pointed out, if it is football, tell us you can play football for Biafra. Biafra shall be the first African country to carry the World Cup. It is a promise. If you can cultivate the yield, tell us. We are going to introduce mechanized agriculture to produce food in sufficient quantity. Science and technology, we shall teach the world a lesson in that field. We are going to go back to tradition. We are going to harness our natural resources to get the best out from there. We are going to carry out research. We are going to carry out discoveries and inventions. We are going to bring from the phenomenon what is of necessity to humankind. In the field of health, we shall be there. In history, we shall be there to write our own stories. Every segment of the society we shall occupy to make sure from there we harvest the best for our people. Fellow compatriots, it has been 2 hours long we commenced the broadcast, and the day is far gone. We shall call it a day and conclude the rest of the day with Biafra music, Oliver the Cook. So, from the studios of the Voice of Biafra International, Biafra Broadcasting Authority, City of Munich, Germany, we thank Uche Nokeke for being with us. We thank Sonny Emmanuel Nwabisi for being with us. We thank Valentine Mogoji. We thank Judith Chijoke. We thank Bright Lions. We thank Echetna Udeze. We thank Udog Mwenya. We thank Engineer Innocent Amade. We thank Chijoke Udensi. To those who are still joining us now, Eze Good, Okago Clement, Okuchuku Simeon, Nkem Okeke, Ifeanyi Jensu Ades, Sanga Chukwudi, Chimeruche Koroche, of course, is there, Nadi Ezugo Stanley, Dimo Yedika, and a lot more. We say thank you for making our time to be with us. Thank you for being from your different locations. Next time, we shall tell you when we are going to broadcast. Before then, we shall make known names of the volunteers and those who are selected to run the Biafran government in diaspora. From the studios of the Voice of Biafra International, I am your regular host, Ikenna Obibi Egono. Until then, Oliver the Cook.
She was just so Royal traditional prime minister. Opo Hajini was dead. Graduate Mukizizi. Shibet Motors, Nigeria Limited. Obega Owa. Echo. Shibukane to the home. Alias Kendo.